All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Brother Shapaya coming at you again with a quick lesson through the Spirit. And just hopping straight into it, walking in the Spirit. All right? Now, let me get this. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of the drawing waters, which when you go into prophecy, all right, the place where those nukes are going to hit is Babylon the Great. Drawing water represents what? A form of slavery. And you could precept that, I believe that's in the book of Joshua. Or no, it's in the book of Judges, I believe. All right, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh. Now, Sirach goes into, maybe it's Baruch, they will remember themselves in the land of their captivity. All right? Scriptures talks about being once illuminated. All right? Scriptures talks tell Peter, when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. All right? So where did that actually happen at? All right? That time frame. Over here in Babylon the Great, where both kingdoms were oppressed together. Okay? It says there they should rehearse the righteous acts. All right? Who are we seeking after? All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and our King David. Okay? Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. All right? Nonetheless, we're rehearsing those righteous acts. All right? Because remember, what happened? What had happened? All right? Jeremiah 17 and 4. All right? That scripture had to be fulfilled. All right? And that has happened to all of us. Okay? So, walking in the Spirit, all right, rehearsing these righteous acts, doing it to the best of our ability, but constantly staying in that battle, constantly enduring, all right? It's walking in the Spirit, all right? Knowing and understanding that trials and tribulations are going to happen. But you have to stay in the Spirit and not conform to the flesh. Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right, now listen, the Lord always gives you a way to escape. All right? A way to escape. Now, granted, shit is going to happen. We in the fucking flesh, man. All right? Once you realize that you need Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's all you could abide by. All right? Because this flesh is fucking weak. Okay? It's fucking weak. It says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things ye would. All right, hey, what did Paul say? Basically, roughly paraphrasing, the things that I ought do, I do not, and the things I do, I should not do. Roughly paraphrasing, Salakia. All right, oh wretched man that I am. Okay? Because why? We're in this fucking flesh. These chains of darkness. The water Tihal Bashem Yahweh Shai for the new covenant. All right? This flesh is absolutely fucking weak. It's trash. There's nothing good about it because we're susceptible to sin. Okay? And of course, the spirit is connected to things on high. The flesh is connected to things on low. So they're constantly battling each other. Now, one has a more beneficial need than the other. Okay? And then more importantly, when we speak of this flesh, it's more of the carnality. All right? Giving into the wickedness. All right? See, the flesh loves a certain type of pleasure. It's like a chemical equation, almost. Okay? Verse 18, but if ye are led by the Spirit, ye are not under the law. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, and peace. And we all know what love goes into. It goes into the fear of the Lord and honestly the keeping of the commandments, which once again is walking in the Spirit. Gentleness, it's like long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Mashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections of lust. So guess what? We mortify the deeds of this body. All right? We mortify the old man. We become a new creature. All right? If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. All right? We're living after these laws, statutes, and commandments. We're applying them to our daily life. All right? So we're constantly filtering the world through the Spirit because we're walking in the Spirit. So we know which way to go. We know which way not to turn into, so on and so forth. Granted, you're going to have your fucking slip-ups. All right? And when I say slip-ups, you're going to fuck up in the truth. All right? You're going to fuck up in the truth, man. But we see the difference between ones who truly fight for Yahweh Shem Shai and ones that was bullshitting. Okay? It's Romans 8. I'll just get it. I want to get the whole context. I guess you go straight into the Romans 8. Yeah, so I see what it did. Verses 1, 5, 6, and 14. So I'm going to jump a little bit just to hit the same points. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushai, who walk not after the flesh, but in the Spirit. Okay? Jumping to verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. And you can see that, especially with a lot of these niggas that are in it for the filthy lucre's sake. All right? Just doing the chuck and jive. Okay? They love things of the flesh. And it's so. They like the high names. They like the gay man's apparel. Okay? These lofty seats. All right? But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. And what things are that? Feeding the flock the right way. Making sure they have sound doctrine. Edification. Okay? Making sure the churches spiritually have what they need. Okay? Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death. And you know why? Because your treasure is here upon earth. You guys are not thinking about the spiritual. Okay? But to be spiritually minded is life in peace. We all know what the scriptures say about wisdom. It's far above rubies and riches. Okay? Now, I want to read verse 8, chapter 8, verse 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. For if we live after the flesh, ye should die. All right? Because what bringeth death? Sin. All right? The sin of this flesh. It says, ye shall die, but if ye through the Spirit do mortify, like I went to earlier, mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. For as many as led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. All right, many are called, few are chosen. All right, but that chosen few are going to what? They're going to know the voice. Right? They're going to know that they're being led by the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Therefore, they're going to become a new creature. Not come into the truth and be the same old animal you used to be. Right? The proof is in the pudding, as they say, man. All right? That's just simply what it is. Second Corinthians 5 and 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Right? And what is that? Doing the things that were required because Yahweh Shem Shai said there is a reward for it. First of all, this is our reasonable service. We sinned against Yahweh Shem Shai, so we deserved everything that we've been through. And guess what? Walking in the Spirit is reaching toward the tree of life. That's the walk we're going through right now. All right? For that immortality. I hate every day that I fucking wake up, that I'm in this fucking flesh. Because I'm susceptible to fucking sin, man. Even with all my so-called good intentions, man. This flesh cannot fucking make it, man. It's wicked. It's fucking inherently evil. King David said I was born. Oh, let me get it, man. I forget how it go. It's like I was shaping up. There it go. Let's start with verse 51. Psalms 51 and 1. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh, according to thy loving kindness, according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sins are ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mayest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. All right? So we were susceptible to sin. All right? Hey, although King David went off, his heart never stopped serving the Lord, man. And guess what? We are gonna fuck up, but you better not ever stop serving Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Or going into a wayward doctrine or dropping the fucking plow. Ephesians 5 and 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye the light of the Lord. Walk as the children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and in truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. All right, so I'm going to say key thing, it says proving what is acceptable to the Lord. Well, you will only know what's acceptable to the Lord if you knew what the Spirit of the Lord was, as far as This word, this truth, says my words are spirit. Okay? You know what's acceptable. How did Abel know what was acceptable to the Lord? He was already walking in the Spirit. The Spirit been around for a long time. And I don't mean to sound redundant. The Spirit has been around for a long time. Okay? That voice in the cool of the day. Okay? This is Colossians 2:6. As ye have therefore received Mashiach Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him. What did Paul say? Be ye followers of me, for I am a follower of Mashiach. Yahushua was the example. Micah 6:8. He have showed thee, O man, what is good. And what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly? Hey, there you go. So, like I said, walking in truth, knowing what's acceptable, it just said, he have showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with Yahweh. That's it. That's all. That's going to incorporate everything that's included in walking in the Spirit. All right? And that's loving the Lord with all thy heart and loving thy neighbor as thyself as well. All those things are communed into one thing. Okay? So with that, hey, I pray this was edifying. I'm going to say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makar Kadash. Double honors to thee, all the apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Abba, Babal.